Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is the Super Bowl pregame show brought to you by Off the Ball Network. This is a OTBN exclusive and basically our last See You Sunday. We always record it on Saturday because we'll see you Sunday. Well, now we are seeing you Sunday for the last time of the NFL season. But before we get into all that, of course, I'm your host, Mo Murphy, host of the Upper Flames podcast with my co-host, Rob, host of the Football and Chill podcast, host of Cruise Island, what y'all know, man, that, whenever he get going, that every time he get going, it's like the spiciest 2 to 3 months you get out the every 2 to 3 months when he get going and get to Cruise Island. But Rob, what's going on, bro?
Man, I'm excited for this game. I know a lot of people aren't excited for it. A lot of people are getting Chiefs fatigue, which I am a little bit too. But still, it's still gonna be a good matchup.
You really getting Chiefs fatigue?
Yeah, this is the Patriots in the 2000s.
I don't think the Chiefs are as unlikable as
I'm not saying they're unlikable.
Like, I think Patriots, you got Patriots fatigue because they got to becoming unlikable.
I think that was more Tom Brady. I'm just talking in the sense of 6 straight AFC Championship games. There's now his 4th Super Bowl appearance. Patrick Mahomes specifically, but the Chiefs has to hold their fourth in 5 years. Like, I understand people saying, "All right, let's let somebody else, win a game." But at the end of the day, hey, you got to beat them. Nobody did this season in the playoffs. But again, it's still going to be a good game. We got 2 of the best offenses. And I know they ain't got Tyreek Hill anymore. I know the receivers have had their struggle. Kadarius Toney is hurt, not hurt. I don't know.
Man, he ain't hurt, bro. He just
his hands just hurt. His feelings are hurt. I know that's for sure.
Yeah,
I know his feelings are hurt. But you still got 2 juggernaut of offenses, and then one team who would get into it has a really good defense, and one team who has a really good defense on the inside, which again we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah, man. Like, I am excited for this game. And it's like, bro, like, you understand. Like, we kind of in the same boat as far as, like, this day is just about us loving football. We don't watch our team play on this day. So we value this day a little bit different. Like, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm rooting for the Chiefs, though. I'm going for the Chiefs. Full disclosure, I'm picking the Chiefs to win at the end when we give the score predictions. Like, I am very pro-Chiefs. But like, neither one of these are like really my teams. I am a fan of Mahomes, bandwagon, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Bro started becoming great. I'm just appreciating it. I like Travis Kelce, man. Like, I don't care about the Taylor Swift stuff, man. I've liked his game, bro. I like him. Like, and he remind me of like my best friend growing up. Like, my best friend in that same way growing up, knew him since he was 5 years old. Like, I've always said, like, bro, if you ever went to the NFL, that'd be you. So, like, I've always vibed with Travis Kelce when Tyreek Hill was there. Like, I always liked the vibe of the team. Andy Reid is not a hateable coach by any means. You know what I'm saying? He's not bland. The more they started winning, the more he started showing his personality, popping up in commercials. We got a different side of Andy Reid with this Chiefs team. Like, because winning changes things. It changes the mood. Even with expectation, the pressure. But, like, at the end of the day, I feel like Andy Reid just went to sleep every day and was like, damn, we struggling, but man, I know these boys will get it done when it matters. And I know I will. Like, so that's cool. We're going to have to answer to these. We're going to have to fix them. But I know when it matters, I can go to sleep at night and wake up the next day and know this team going to get it done. And that's what they've done. Against everything, too. Because they said, like, Mahomes never played a playoff game on the road.
Yep.
The Bills. Goes to the AFC Championship game. First time not hosting. Beats the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Like, they even questioned whether they would win in the first round, like beat the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And they were underdogs going into every game. They're underdogs in this Super Bowl, +1.5. It's as close as you can get. It is the Super Bowl. You can't even odds this game. You got to give somebody slightly enough just because of the event that it is, the Super Bowl. But, like, bro, what they've done is it's just like, bro, you just got to sit back. It ain't your team, but you just be like, damn.
That's why I was thinking about it the other day.
I know.
Like, we got to see basically two of the GOATs at the same time in Brady and Manning go head to head so many years.
Yeah.
And then we're going straight into the Patrick Mahomes era, who many things. I think personally will end up being the GOAT when it's all said and done. He'll be the greatest quarterback of all time. That's how lucky we are. How spoiled we are. We get to see two GOATs back to back. Without really a break. It's like the old heads when
sports, bro. If you really think about and I'm talking you go deep in your bag across sports, bro. Like our era, and I'm talking about since we were born and what we got to grow up to watch and everything. I'm talking about lifetime. In our lifetime, bro, we pretty much, I guess there's arguably in each category, but we've pretty much probably seen the greatest person in a sport, period. In pretty much every sport.
Yeah.
I can't think of one, bro. We just watched Messi, you know what I'm saying, back in the fall, kind of cement, not back in the fall, but last year,
couple winters ago.
Yeah, kind of cement his, hey, that kind of made him the GOAT right there.
Yeah.
It's arguable. Somebody might, Ronaldo, whatever, but that moment in the World Cup was kind of yo, I think Messi's the GOAT now. A lot of people were like, this was his stamp on the GOAT. You got LeBron, but at the same time, and then you got Kobe. You a couple years older than me, so you probably remember Jordan. I mean, I was born in 95. I
remember Jordan with the Wizards.
Jordan. Yeah, I know Wizards Jordan. So but we've seen it, Venus and Serena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Golf Tiger.
Yeah.
Mickelson, whoever it is, we witness all these dudes. I don't know who the greatest NASCAR driver is. My opinion is Jeff Gordon, but I don't know for real.
I don't know. I think I'll probably ride Jimmy Johnson, but it's just me.
Even still, you know what I'm saying? So just
yeah.
And now we've been back witness this in the same sport. You literally go from Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes. We go from the GOAT to the guy that may be able to pass the GOAT.
Yeah.
So where is he at all time if he wins tonight?
Me personally,
Mahomes GOAT chasing conversation. Where is he if he wins tonight?
For me personally, and I understand this is just my opinion, but for me, he surpasses Tom Brady if he wins tonight. And here's why. Here's why though. We're looking at 3-1. The only person he has lost to is Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Let me finish.
I'm just
I know. Skill set wise, who's a better quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. And that's it.
He's more talented, yeah.
That's it. That's all you need then.
And but being the best quarterback of all time and being the greatest quarterback of all time are two different conversations. Because being the best is we're just matching talent for talent. Talent for talent, I'm better than you. I know I'm better than you. But greatest is accolades, winning championships, winning MVPs, winning Super Bowls, all that, winning constantly winning division championships. Bro, that adds to greatness. 3 don't get it done. You ain't even past Joe Montana in championships. Mahomes is better than them talent-wise, yeah. But you ain't even passed them up in chips. And they was them dudes on their teams.
I would argue
they was not contributing. They weren't Brock Purdy, who might win with the San Francisco 49ers. They was early on, Brady was early on. But then you had to, mess around and find out, hey, this dude can actually win some games throwing the damn football. With no talent or minimal talent on the offensive end, winning Super Bowls. Julian Edelman, Hall of Famer, man. I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying, bro, he might go to the Hall of Fame because he's arguably, outside of Jerry Rice, the greatest playoff receiver we've ever seen. And he knows, bro, talent for talent, bro, he'd probably go through a list of 200 receivers that are better than him. But when it comes to greatness and the success he had, he'll be like, that's cool. These dudes were more talented than me. They did produce maybe more in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, check them numbers. When it comes to when it matters in them Super Bowls, check them numbers.
I don't know. For me personally, just because I got to go skill set, and I think so that's why I don't think he has to get to 7.
He don't have
to beat him.
I think he got 5.
No, I think 3-1. He's got it.
I think he got to pass Joe Montana in championships, so that now he's in that. He got 5. He's the only one. He got the second most. So now it's only clearly, blatantly him and him It's Mahomes and Brady. And because the championship argument, I don't think he has to pass Brady. Because I think if he play long enough, he might pass him in records and stuff like that too. But that longevity, man, that could kill Mahomes in the GOAT argument if he don't win enough championships, man. Because bro, Brady played for what 22 years at like an elite level, bro. Like he walked out of the NFL throwing for 4,000 yards. He could have played another year.
No, he couldn't.
He might not have won a Super Bowl. No. He could have played quarterback in the NFL for another year. He might not have won a Super Bowl. But if he walked out of the league, bro, if you can throw for 4,000 yards in the NFL right now, you are a starting quarterback in the league. You might not win a championship, but you can play football. And he walked out of the league throwing for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
That man could have played the next year. He might not have won a Super Bowl. That's fine, but he could have played and threw.
I mean, he could have did. I feel like he could have easily did what the Bucs did this year with Baker. Probably he could have surpassed that. Like if the way our division went, easily. Like I said, may not have been Super Bowl, but I feel like
Brady go 12-5.
Yeah, I'm about to say that record would have been
Brady
better.
Goes 12-5 this year, bro. And it's like Baker played really good. But there was a downgrade at quarterback, bro. And the way the division went, like the division actually turned out to be really bad, and it was just battle of the worst. Brady would have went 12-5. But instead, you had Baker because he retired. But I'm just saying, bro, Brady could have played another year of football. And he know it because he contemplated it. He thought about it. That's why he didn't make that final. That's why he didn't make that final retirement like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it special because he was like, I already did it once, and then I fooled y'all and came back and played. I don't get to do this twice. Like, because he knows he still could play. And so he didn't want to make it special for that. Maybe there's that little ounce of juice I need to come back on this field because maybe somebody quarterback got hurt and I could take this team to the promised land.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. So if Mahomes wins tonight, where do you have him at on the GOAT list? Like number-wise?
Man, he anywhere from 2 to 4. It just depends on how I'm feeling.
So he don't have to pass Brady to beat Brady, but he needs to
Manning in Montana.
But he needs to pass Montana.
Yeah, he got to pass. Yeah, he got to pass Montana. He ain't got to pass Brady because I think 7 is. There's a world where 7 is unrealistic, and at the same time, when you value all 7 of his championships, the first couple, bro, it wasn't like Brady was just
willing and dealing. It was decent.
Adam Vinatieri's in the Hall. You know, he could be in the Hall of Fame based off what he did for the Patriots and what he did for Peyton Manning and the Colts too. But like that defense, look how many guys are going to the Hall of Fame, going to end up in the Hall of Fame on them defenses. Like early on in his career, you weren't giving him the same, like Mahomes is carrying this team. And I don't mean that like this defense has carried this team this year, but I'm saying Mahomes has been consistently like, we're going to go as far as Mahomes can take us at the end of the day. The defense showed up, but Mahomes could have not made plays last week, and they could be at home while the Ravens are in the Super Bowl. But he made plays when it mattered for them to win them games, to win that game. And now they're here again. And the defense could play lights out tonight.
Yeah, but
if Mahomes don't show up, then they lose. If Mahomes plays terrible, more than likely they lose, unless Brock Purdy plays worse. That's the only way. Brock Purdy has to play worse if Mahomes plays bad for them to still be able to win because the defense plays lights out. You wouldn't say that about Brady early on. You'd be like, man, Brady could play bad and they could still win.
Yeah.
Because they just had it was so many players you thought about before Tom Brady, where Mahomes, it's not really, I mean, you think it's Kansas City, it's like what? Andy Reid, Mahomes. Kelsey, then everybody else.
Yep, Kelsey, Jones.
There's no other really stars after that. You just talk about players after that. You get to Pacheco and you go down that line. They're not stars. They're just good players on a great team.
Good role players.
So, like, who scores a touchdown? Who's your and do not no Christian McCaffrey who scores a touchdown tonight? Who's your anytime touchdown?
Travis Kelce.
I will say I got that on the picks for sure. But other than him, I would say it's so hard because like it's either Ayuk or it's gonna be obviously Debo. But it's like typically some games where both of them be going off, but then some games where it's like, all right, one's taking over, and then one might possibly get hurt. But I think I got Debo get the other anytime TV.
I'm gonna tell you who gets in the end zone. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He finds the end zone tonight. One deep play. One. He's good for it.
They're during warm-ups, maybe.
Nah.
Maybe doing warm-ups.
He good for it. I think MVS gets in the end zone, man. I think he get in there.
Nah, no, sir.
Man, all right. Y'all bet now that everybody
I wouldn't be surprised.
And yeah, okay, nah. Don't try, no, do not try and save yourself. None of y'all are confident that MVS can get in this end zone. Rob trying to buy him some grace.
Because I'm looking at it from a betting perspective. I wouldn't put money on him for an anytime.
Yeah, I wouldn't put money on it, but I can see it happening.
Man, you know what?
Put the
He going on the ticket. He going on the ticket. I gotta stand on it, and I'm gonna screenshot it when I put it in after this show, just so like I'm standing on MVS.
There's so many other guys. Pacheco,
Ken says no. I
Rice,
say no.
I gotta stand on that though. Like I gotta stand on it.
Noah Gray might get in before him.
Nah,
I just
man.
don't trust his hands for it.
Bro, I trust the fact that he can burn. I've seen the 49ers corners get burnt deep on plenty of occasions, and he is the type of dude. All you gotta do is catch it. All you got to catch it.
That's where the problem comes in at times.
Crib.
Why would you bet MVS when you can get Jerick McKinnon at the same odds, and you actually have faith
not
that you can
playing.
be the guy? Since
I
when?
thought McKinnon not playing tonight.
No, they activated him yesterday.
Oh, they did? Okay, because I know Joe Thuney not playing.
If you're gonna bet somebody to score a touchdown, you're definitely betting McKinnon over a guy like that, because you have faith that he's at least a threat out of the backfield to catch one. Like MVS, you're hoping for a home run shot and that's it. You don't actually have faith that he's going to score. You're just hoping that Mahomes throws a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
and I think it's going to happen. Like, where is that unrealistic?
Also, because I'm only hopping on for like 2 seconds, don't overthink it. Bet Mahomes. You bet the Chiefs money line. You would way rather lose a bet on Mahomes losing a Super Bowl, then you're going to kick yourself tomorrow if you said, man, I really faded Mahomes in that spot. That's the only advice that I have. Like,
yeah, that's facts.
You can sleep at the end of the day knowing, you know what? I bet on Mahomes and he just didn't get it done. But if Brock Purdy stinks it up tonight, he throws 2 interceptions and then the Chiefs win by 10, you're going to be like, man, I'm such an idiot. Like, it was always Mahomes.
You know what's crazy? You got to listen to Ken. Only reason I say that is because he be on the bet and stuff. And I feel like because most of the money is on Kansas City, it ain't because they necessarily, I'm 100% confident that Kansas City going to win this Super Bowl. It's just, I be damn losing money on the back of Mahomes being Mahomes.
Yeah.
It'd be like betting against Brady in that spot, betting against LeBron in the NBA finals. Like you bet on the best player in the league, the guy that's won 2 Super Bowls over the unproven Mr. Irrelevant to get it done. So
like if I put 100 on Kansas City, it hit different if they lost than like if I put 100 on San Francisco and Kansas City win. I'll be like, Mo, you know.
Yeah.
You knew damn well you shouldn't have did that, and you did it anyway. Like, you're an idiot. You're stupid.
So enjoy the game, guys. Have fun.
All right.
I appreciate it, Ken.
Yeah, I've won because you know what's crazy? I'm glad he said that because I kind of wondered, like, why is it that like all the money is on the Chiefs, but it's just if you're gonna lose your rent, like I'm gonna lose it on my homes before I lose it on Purdy, man. Like, I just probably thinking like that. Like, they probably bet they rent check and was like, hey, either lights out, but it's on Mahomes. I ain't doing it.
I almost did that one time. I was in Vegas when North Carolina beat Gonzaga, the national championship, and I had I was on my transfer league. It was when I transferred from Ohio, went down to San Diego. I had probably about almost 4 racks in my bank account. I thought about putting it all on North Carolina that night. I thought about it. And I should have, because I ended up winning.
No, like going broke about any bet is wild. I would never say, even in hindsight 2020, like, maybe you look like a jackass, and damn, I would have really came up. But boy, if they didn't hit that game winner, been sick.
Sick.
Like if they did, like you would have been sick if they didn't like close it out in that close game. Like that's where you would have been like, oh man, like you would have threw up that night.
Yeah, but I say, yeah, just like the stress of like,
You would have got drunk on deck. Like you would have been in debt, drunk. Dead, probably in Vegas. Yeah, you might have lied.
So let me ask you guys this: what happens to Kyle Shanahan's? What are we saying about him? Are we saying anything different about him if he loses tonight?
Man, hell yeah! You know I'm gonna be the loudest in the room. I'm on his head.
I'm gonna be the second loudest,
bro. If he loses, yes, bro, you are a loser. You are exactly what I said. I'm gonna tell you like this: if they lose and Brock Purdy does not play good, I think Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. I want this to be stated before anybody. I think Brock Purdy is good. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's top 10. I think he is a good quarterback. I think if you have the right roster with him, you will win a lot of games. Why do I think that? Because the proof is in the pudding. Since he's been the quarterback, they've won a lot of games. They played in the NFC Championship. They are now in the Super Bowl. But I'm going to tell you, Kyle Shanahan has rocked outside of Matt Ryan that he happened to pull an MVP out of that was actually no different than Jimmy G. He was drafted a little bit higher. He was better in college, but he was no different than Jimmy G as far as the type of quarterback he was. He could throw for a lot of yards, but at the same time, he managed his games. He was a really good game manager. And then he pulled out that MVP season, and he choked in the Super Bowl. That's fine. Not Matt Ryan, but Kyle Shanahan. Bro, if he loses, you have to, bro, Brock Purdy got to go, bro. You got to go get you a quarterback. Brock Purdy got to go. And it's no offense to Brock Purdy. It's to Kyle Shanahan's track record. You try and build these amazing teams and you think you can get it done with an average to maybe above average. The best quarterback you ever had was Matt Ryan. He exceeds that whole above average. You went to the Super Bowl. You should have won a Super Bowl, but your negligence of play calling did Matt Ryan no justice because that was supposed to be like a Hall of Fame year for him. He was supposed to win MVP, win that Super Bowl. They was up 28-3. Sorry, Jelani. I know I put that hate out there.
First ballot, we run the ball 3 times.
We talking about Kyle Shanahan's legacy now. Like Matt Ryan should be, hey, we might be talking about him as a first ballot Hall of Famer had he capped that off with a Super Bowl. Like, yeah, when he gets in, he'll get in the Hall of Fame, no discussion. Maybe not first ballot, but he'll get in, no discussion. Instead, no, you lose, you choke it away. Okay, cool. You've been to NFC Championship. You've been to a Super Bowl with Jimmy G. You said it wasn't good enough. You failed at drafting a quarterback. You came up on the fact that you got a younger Jimmy G and Brock Purdy in the last pick of the draft. If he can't win the Super Bowl, guess what, bro? The formula that you've taken for quarterbacks does not work. And every time you've played a playmaker when it matters, you played a playmaker in the NFC Championship last year in Jalen Hurts. I know Brock Purdy got hurt, but I'm just saying, Jalen Hurts was balling last year. He might have came down to earth this year, but he was balling last year. You played a playmaker, bro. You played the better quarterback, you lost. You played the better quarterback in the Super Bowl against Mahomes, you lost. You got to find a way to get close to that. So if Shanahan lose, bro, you got to go up off of Brock Purdy. I'm sorry. I know that's
I actually agree with you.
A lot of feelings, but I'm sorry. Like, it's just because of his track record, you were still alone that it doesn't get the job done.
Yeah, because I seen something the other day, and I had retweeted this on Twitter, that Brock Purdy at 10th, a top 10 quarterback. And I retweeted and I said, like, I understand what Brock Purdy is doing, and I appreciate how well he's done. But this is the same coach that he's doing the same thing that Jimmy G did. Like, who just got benched for some rookie that nobody's ever heard of 3 months ago. Like,
exactly.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when it come to, and it's not a knock, bro. Here's the thing, bro. I don't think Brock Purdy should have ever been the last pick of the draft. I watched him in college, bro. He was good. Like, he was a good college quarterback. Did I think he was going to be a great pro? No. Did I think he was better than the last pick of the draft? Yeah. Like, Iowa State was kind of popping while he was the quarterback. Like, if you really love college football, like me, like I watched an exciting team like Iowa State, and they was balling. So, like, he was good. But we got to let that go and understand, like, okay, he's outplayed that. That's cool. But if you went to an NFC Championship, you lost. You went to a Super Bowl, you lost. Like, is it your grace period that you have to win the Super Bowl or bust next year? Like, that's the predicament you're in. You've done everything but win the Super Bowl, so now you have to. Before we have to pay you, and we pay you all this money, and maybe you're not that good. See, the 49ers get to evaluate like what direction they get to go over the next year or two tonight. And they get to have real conversations after the season. If he wins the Super Bowl, the thing is, bro, if Brock Purdy and the 49ers win the Super Bowl, I think it's going to hurt the 49ers 5 years from now. They won't be good 5 years from now if they win tonight. If they lose tonight, they might be able to address some things to continue to. But if they win tonight, they won't be good in 5 years. They'll be a bad team. Sorry, any 49ers fan, bro, if they win tonight, they'll be bad in 5 years, I promise you.
No, do you think they just gotta give Purdy the contract and then
You're going to have to. And you know what's going to suck about it is he's going to win the Super Bowl. Then he's going to have that come back down to earth year like Jalen Hurts had this year. But the difference is when he goes to that negotiating table, I won the championship just last year. And even him having a down year, they'll probably be a playoff team sitting at 11-6, 10-7, maybe. Like if he comes back down to earth, they're still a good enough roster. But like he gets to have that. Hurts, I didn't win the Super Bowl. And then I regret, but he got paid. He got paid after.
He got paid regardless.
Purdy has to wait. If he wins the Super Bowl, yeah, bro. Like you have to pay him because, or else you let him go. And maybe that, I think that would be the better move because I don't think Purdy's going to be a top 10 quarterback for the next 10 years. Maybe that ends up turning out to be the better move. But like, bro, you don't just let a guy go who just won you a Super Bowl the year before. Not young, not while he's young. You do it if he won it later on in his career, but not when he's young. This dude ain't even hit his prime and he wins you a Super Bowl and a year later, you're like, nah, we're moving on. That'd be kind of crazy, bro. Unless he had like some catastrophic injury.
Oh no, I guess I just because if Kyle Shanahan can win with Brock Purdy, I mean, I feel like he could win with JJ McCarthy.
I think that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit.
I agree too.
I'm gonna tell you.
I also agree.
You got the luxury of having the last pick of the draft being your starting quarterback. You ain't paying him $1 million yet.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and don't
JJ McCarthy draft him in the first round, and guess what you do?
I didn't say
$1 quarterback.
I didn't say first round.
You ain't waiting. He ain't dropping so far, bro. They hype him up. I don't love him. I don't love him out the draft. I don't. But I hear, I'm listening just like y'all. I see what y'all say. They loving him. It ain't me. I wouldn't do it, but they loving him. And I think if he has an amazing pro day, this dude is a bona fide first round quarterback, which would justify like maybe the 49ers if they lose. Man, let's go get JJ McCarthy. We think he Brock Purdy, but a little more talented. And that little more talent wins us a Super Bowl. Because you tried that with Trey Lance, but he was he didn't start. Like he didn't play long enough in college. He sat out a whole year. Like he only played like 11 games. He didn't even have enough games under his belt at the collegiate level. And he played what? D2? 1AA? FBS, yeah. FCS. So like you didn't even get enough starts at a lower level. And I know you played at the highest level for, North Dakota State, but like you didn't even get enough reps. And then you walk in and you think he's the answer. You put this pressure because this guy that just took you to the Super Bowl loses and you think you don't have the answer. You're about to have to answer that same question tonight. And you could be back at square one because guess what? You're playing in the Super Bowl and you already gave up all your assets to trade up for one of these guys that you would almost be willing to bet your life on.
Here's the thing, though. Brock Purdy can't negotiate a new deal until after next season.
Exactly.
So the Niners actually are in a really good spot.
But you could draft but at the same time, the minute if you do decide to draft a quarterback, let's say at 32, let's say they win the Super Bowl, and at 32 they still want to get another guy. So they go get JJ McCarthy. You now have a quarterback on your roster. I know he's not getting paid top 5 pick money, but now you can't pay everybody the way you're paying everybody because you have a quarterback making first round pick money, which is more than those figures that your quarterback is making. He's making a few million, which takes away from what you can do. And that's what Brock Purdy's if he wins this Super Bowl tonight in 2 years, Maybe next year they're going to, because they can't pay him after this offseason, they get to keep this roster and pay some of the guys. But then when you pay your quarterback, you have to address, and now you have to start asking yourself who and what is more important on your roster. And you start making moves that maybe don't pan out, because the guy that maybe you keep McCaffrey and let Fred Warner go. I know those guys aren't going. I'm just saying. You evaluate and be like, McCaffrey did this team to win the Super Bowl than Fred Warner. We got to let him go. He's aging and whatever. He did everything he can. He's a legend here, and let him finish his career elsewhere, like a lot of great linebackers did. But then that becomes the wrong move. But you done paid this quarterback. So that's what happens. You have to gamble. You have to take 2 or 3 players and be like, you take a group of 5 players and you be like, I can only keep 3 of them. What 3 are the most important? And it could be the wrong 3. It could be the wrong combination of 3, but that's the chance you have to take, because you can't keep all 5 of them because you're not paying your quarterback 6 figures.
I think
long moment of silence. My bad. I was preaching a little bit.
No, I was just thinking like, because again, you don't have to pay him. So I wouldn't. You might not even have to draft a quarterback this year. You can go get somebody like Michael Pratt.
But next year's draft, they're not talking like
you could address a quarterback late, like 4th, 5th round.
Yeah.
And just,
if somebody falls, or if you really like somebody as an undrafted free agent, do it that way. But I don't know. I'm just in the camp of you don't have to pay Brock Purdy, because you've shown that you can get there with mediocre quarterbacks.
But you know what's crazy, bro? Sometimes paying these guys, it's about the reputation of your organization. It's not about, we all know, like, yeah, if you can win with Brock Purdy, then I could throw you Dak Prescott and you could win with him too. Like, you would feel confident in that. But at the same time, the reputation of your organization is that, like, bro, this dude just won you a Super Bowl and you ain't even trying to come to the negotiation table with him. Like, you're just like, nah, we're moving on and drafting a quarterback. He just won you a Super Bowl a year ago. If they don't want to have contract talks and pay him the next summer, if he wins tonight, you talking about a year from now, they not trying to pay him? We don't even know what type of success he'll have next year. What if he get to the NFC Championship and lose? I done went to the NFC Championship twice, lost. I done went to the Super Bowl and won. I get like I ain't win a championship every time, but like, bro, that's a damn good resume when everybody else around here getting paid
for years. Yeah.
You about to watch Dak get paid $55 million by the Dallas Cowboys. And you see what his end result is of his season every year. You top that and you don't even want to come to the negotiation table. Like, that's a bad reputation as an organization. People start contemplating coming to pay for you now, like coming and play for you now. Like, damn, y'all did him dirty, like the quarterback. Y'all did the quarterback dirty that gave you 2 NFC championship appearances in a Super Bowl in his first 3 years. Y'all ain't want to come and talk some type of money with him to his satisfaction. Because you're gonna talk. You can have a conversation. He's not gonna ask for Joe Burrow money. He gonna be in that 40, 45. Maybe if he wins the night, maybe he pushes his number to 50, but he ain't gonna be in that 55, 60, 65 that these dudes about to jump in. He ain't gonna be there. He gonna ask right up under that. So that when all these other guys get paid, Brock Purdy will be like the 13th, 14th highest paid quarterback. He gonna get a nice deal, get like $47 million a year. You gonna be like, man, that's a lot of money. But literally between this offseason and next offseason, he gonna be like the 13th highest paid quarterback. You gonna be like, well, I ain't mad at it. He'll earn that with a Super Bowl and that type of success under his belt. He'll earn to be the 13th highest paid quarterback in a year.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, I think with the reputation thing, I don't know. I feel like one San Francisco brand, then obviously Shanahan and forgot the GM's name already, but I feel like that's Lynch. Yeah, I feel like that kind of, if they were to kind of do him dirty like that, which I don't suspect they will, that type of stuff kind of may fall by the wayside with them. I think it's like you know how shit is with the headlines.
I don't think so.
And I think they can easily recover for something like that. Like, really, a lot of the guys, they already kind of have intact anyway, like with their roster, like you said, they're gonna build it and they're gonna build it the way they continue to been building it, because that's how it's been since they've been there. They haven't gone and got no big name quarterback. They haven't made no trades for nobody. Like, literally, like you said, they got the last dude the pick in the draft, playing with them right now. They may do the same thing with Jimmy G. Say he got a down year or two, like you said last year. Like, may trade him for second or third. Somebody's gonna want to pay him.
But you know when they pay the price though, and I say this because like we're hypothetically saying like if he loses or even if he wins and they go draft a quarterback knowing they're gonna move on, nobody's gonna kill you and look at you sideways for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But if when you make that move and it don't pan out for you the same type of success, and you're now a first round exit, a borderline playoff team because you made that move, that's when everybody gonna really look at you sideways and be like, bro, like y'all could have been a winning organization and really been competing for championships, but the way y'all did Brock Purdy, like nah. Like you gonna look at them sideways now because you took a gamble, it failed, and you had it perfect in your hands. Why gamble with it? Why try and get better when you hit the peak of success and just build around it and constantly bring guys in and be a great organization, be a Kansas City Chiefs who can be here every year, be a Buffalo Bills who can at least be in the conversation every year. Like, why not make yourself that by signing Brock Purdy and keeping him if he's shown you that's what he's going to be while on this roster?
Because when you've shown that you can win with mediocre quarterbacks, because this is what could happen too. Say Brock Purdy wins, good season next season, NFC title game, Super Bowl appearance, maybe another win, and they decide they don't want to pay him as much. He's going to get paid regardless.
Yeah.
A team will pay for him regardless. So it's not even going to be like a, hey, yeah, San Francisco don't pay their guys. It could be a, hey, you can go get your rings with San Francisco and then still go get paid, and then you'll be done. Because the top, 10?
They pay certain guys.
Top 10 paid quarterbacks, only 2 of them have Super Bowl championships to their names. Patrick Mahomes and Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
You got Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert is number 2.
Bro.
I'm sorry, Russell Wilson. So that's 3.
But we're saying, like you're saying Brock was mediocre this year while being 5th in yards, 3rd in touchdowns, and 1st in QBR. And you're saying it was mediocre quarterback play?
You put him on Carolina. You put him.
But he not
the system.
though.
I understand that.
When you got to evaluate, if I'm Purdy coming to the table, you can't think about how good would you be on a bad team, because that ain't the case. I'm not good on a bad team. I'm good on a great team. And I carried that because I could be bad. Y'all picked me as the last pick of the draft. Since everybody want to focus on that last pick of the draft, let's bring it to the bargaining table. Now, if I'm Brock Purdy, I'll be like, I'm the last pick of the draft. I could have absolutely
overachieving like hell. Yeah.
I could have absolutely sucked. And guess what? Nobody would have cared. The only conversation would have been how they failed with Trey Lance. We forgave them for the Trey Lance situation because Brock Purdy is good. Like, it's not the hurt of taking that gamble is not as bad because the last pick of the draft. So you know what? Yeah, y'all want to throw all that out there.
You saved the day for the organization. You slick right on
saved the day. You could be Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch could be out of jobs if Brock Purdy was not good, because Trey Lance was not good. And I know we need to let him grow, but the thing is, we want him to be like, oh, yeah, we want to see him like blossom in the way he's supposed to be. But Brock Purdy stepped on the field and won games. Brock Purdy stepped on the field and never lost a game until he went to the NFC Championship. Then Brock Purdy proceeds to win like the first 8 or 9 games of his regular season. The man had won, like he went on 2 different long winning streaks before he felt the loss. Then he goes on a losing streak, feels the pain, bounces back, and is in the Super Bowl. Looked like, oh man, they could be had when they went on that 3-game losing streak. Then Brock Purdy bounced back, plays good. Now they look like the NFC Championship winners that we thought they were going to be because they won it and they're in the Super Bowl. And Brock Purdy's stats say, bro, I'm better than mediocre.
Yeah.
The record of my team says I'm better than mediocre, but at the same time, my stats is I'm a little more than a mediocre game manager. My stats say that a mediocre game manager ain't 5th in yards, 3rd in touchdowns, and 1st in QBR. He's not a superstar though. He ain't Mahomes. He ain't Josh Allen. There's a lot of guys that take over him, but he better than mediocre, especially when we talk about negotiating that contract. I'm better than mediocre when it comes to money.
I think what's going to hurt the organization is honestly the Daniel Jones contract. Because when he got paid for what he did, I mean, that's all the leverage you need right there.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what I said. Brock will get about 45, maybe 50. Yeah. If he win tonight, he could push for 50. But you pay him 45 just based off what he's done. He earned 45, and if he sucks, he sucks. Like if you ride with him, if you ride with a guy that wins you a Super Bowl and he doesn't pan out, like who cares? He won you a championship. You're supposed to take that gamble.
Yeah.
But like if he wins you a championship and you let him go, and even if he sucks in Carolina, nobody will care unless the reason why you let him go panned out. Because the reason why you let him go and that dude sucks, let's just hypothetically say JJ McCarthy, bro, you're done. Like you brought this dude in. We know Brock Purdy went to the Panthers and sucked, but like he didn't suck with us. We get to, you know what I'm saying? We get to beat on our chest on how good of an organization we was. He went elsewhere and he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And you let him go. And now we tried this project and we're back to ground zero. We got CJ Beathard starting games on a 4-11 team.
Yeah, I think they'll have to re-sign him. I don't think, not that I don't think they should. I'd be wary of paying him that kind of money because he has all pros at every damn position around him. Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo, Kittle, like dudes. But and it's not his fault. And I get that.
But he played like an all-pro. He was top 5 in all major categories for a quarterback. So he played like an all-pro himself. You surrounded him like it, but it'd be different if he threw for like 3,400 yards, 17 touchdowns. Like, okay, he manages games. But like, bro, he was 3rd in touchdowns, 5th in yards, 1st in QBR. Like, didn't throw a lot of interceptions. 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. Like, he was not a turnover machine. Like, I mean, he played all pro football. Yeah. Like, and I know I don't foresee him playing like this. I don't. Like I said, if they sign him and pay him that money, they won't be good in 5 years. I don't. But at the same time, I'm speaking on the Brock Purdy side. If I come to the table, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about it. I won a Super Bowl, bro. I don't care what you think I'm gonna be in 5 years. I'm gonna tell you what I just did in these past 2.
Yeah.
I did.
Contract is up right now, so
you might not win another one of these for 20 years. You may never win another one of these again. I know you are a star organization and y'all are in that, you know, like the Steelers, the Cowboys, and the 49ers as far as since the beginning of time where they are with rings. I get that. The Packers. But at the same time, like every time you win one, bro, you may never win again. Like your organization may never win again. Let's talk about how many teams. When's the last time they won a Super Bowl? Like you go down that list of teams, bro, that's a lot of teams that ain't won nothing in years. So you got to treat that like, bro, if I won you a Super Bowl, I'm more valuable because you might not win another one of these things for another 30 years, especially without me.
I mean, I'd take Brock Purdy too at this point, but
yeah, I feel like you said, the right thing is to resign him, keep him. But I feel like this is the type of organization that would and it would still somehow pan out for him. I think it's just how it is. But I definitely agree.
Ain't been bad enough, yeah, because they've never been bad for too long for you to be like,
they can easily just bounce back. That's what I'm saying. This would be the type of organization to do the same thing they kind of did with the Jimmy G situation. And it still somehow work out for maybe a one or 2 years. So.
I don't know, man. Like maybe I can like cook up a conspiracy here, but like maybe with the depletion of the living habitats with the city of San Francisco, if they lose this Super Bowl, bro, and they move on from Brock Purdy and stuff, it becomes way less attractive because San Francisco ain't the city it once was to sell the players to come live here while paying them high ass taxes. I'm just saying, like, if we throw a conspiracy theory here, like, why would the 49ers be terrible for the next 10 to 15 years? It'd be because the depletion of the habitat of living in the city of San Francisco, along with them losing a Super Bowl and never getting back to grace because of decisions they made. Yeah. There you go. Mark that.
Yeah.
Mark that. If they lose the night in 10 to 15 years, people will be like, what the hell? Nobody.
Tonight, San Francisco is no longer a city.
They'll be like, in 10 to 15 years, the 49ers might move. They might be in Idaho. They might be the Boise Niners.
So nobody's fucking moving.
Boise Niners.
So Niners right now, according to ESPN Bet, favored -1.5. The over/under is 47.5. You guys taking a team straight up if you're betting this, or are you taking you taking points?
I'm taking the team straight up, bro. It's 1.5.
Yeah.
If
Straight
I'm
up.
betting San Francisco, I'm taking the spread. If I'm betting Kansas City, I'm taking money line.
Taking money line.
I'll take -1.5 for if I'm betting San Francisco, because I think they're gonna win by more than 1 point if they win. And if I'm taking Kansas City, I'm taking a money line because, like, if I'm betting you +1.5, I don't think you're gonna lose by 1. I think you're either gonna win or you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You
What
lose
about the over-under?
It's typically like a 33 point.
What's the over/under?
47.5.
I got the over. I'm
Over,
taking.
yeah, but I took the over.
I got Kansas City 27, San Francisco 23.
Okay.
I had 27,
since we didn't kind of leaned into that to basically close it out. The game about to start, man. I mean, we about to meet festivities. It's time to, you know what I'm saying, drink a little bit. Like it's time to really get there. So
we should have did the thing that Ken said.
Man, I'm taking Kansas City 27-23.
Jelani, what about you?
Yeah, I said 27-24. I did that my little work thing too. So
I got Kansas City 35-28.
35-28.
35-28. Here's why.
So it's like a shootout.
Yeah, because I think Isaiah Pacheco, let me check his to win Super Bowl MVP plus 2,000. I see him as a bit of a dark horse because I forgot where I heard it from. I think it was on Get Up. The Niners defense, when against a perimeter running, when you run outside the hash marks, they give up almost 9 yards to carry. And they have Pacheco. That's their kind of offense in Kansas City. Is they like to do the misdirections, the bump to the outside. So I think it could end up being a shootout. I think Pacheco at plus 2,000. As if you just want to throw a couple dollars on it, I don't think he's going to win. I think if the Chiefs win, Mahomes will be, and he's plus 50. But just as a little dark horse, if you want to throw a little bit of money in it, plus 2,000 right now, Isaiah Pacheco.
What are the odds on Kelsey?
Yeah.
Since
plus
I'm
1,200.
looking at him.
1,200.
Yeah.
Like Travis
that might not be a bad one to take.
Nah, Travis Kelce can't be the Super Bowl MVP, right?
Yeah.
No, because any touchdown catches he has, that's from Mahomes, and those are
But even hypothetically, let's say he threw for 250, 3 touchdowns, but Kelce had 7 catches, 153 yards.
Yeah,
and
I was about to say majority that would have to be Kelce. And
Kelce, like let's say Mahomes only throw for 250, and I say only as if that's not a lot in the Super Bowl, but you know what I'm saying. Like, but of those 250, Kelce got 7 of those catches and 153 of those yards, and he got every touchdown. But my thought would still be, man, you can't, bro. If you're the NFL, bro, I don't care. Whatever Travis Kelce does, you have to credit it to Mahomes because you cannot get the NFL is rigged crowd going.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be there.
Travis Kelce cannot be the Super Bowl MVP, bro.
At the same time, you can't deny them numbers. 153, and then 3 catches.
But people would still be like, oh, it was scripted for him to have that to justify winning Super Bowl MVP. So him and Taylor Swift, like, bro, you know where it would go if Travis Kelce really balls out.
Easily.
Man, we all know, like, this man great. Like, we all know this man great and could literally have that stat line. If I told you Kelce was going to have 7 catches, 153 yards, and 3 touchdowns, ain't no way in hell. You'd be like, I could see it. I see where you going with this. You just going in the all-time greats are going to have all-time performances. I'm with you. Like, you might not bet on it, but you'd be like, I see where you going. Like, you think the great player is going to show up when it's time. But especially now, if Mahomes threw for like 500 and was just throwing all over the yard, and Kelce had 7 catches, 153 yards, 3 touchdowns, but Mahomes threw for 500, 5 touchdowns, he gonna get it.
Yeah, easily.
But if he ain't throwing all over the yard, and it's just like whenever you get the ball to Kelce, big plays happen and touchdowns happen, you start to have the conversation, but you think from a like the NFL is rigged, like fighter, like, nah, it's not rigged. You'd be like, man, the NFL does not want that to happen. I think they want the Chiefs to win. That's cool. I don't think they really care who wins. I just don't think you want Travis Kelce to have one of the greatest performances in Super Bowl history with this Taylor Swift stuff and try and convince people that the league is not rigged. Like, that's a bad predicament to be in. And I know he's capable of that, but you be sitting there like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Fuck.
Yep. This young,
Everybody saw this
Mark
coming from a mile
crazy.
away. Like,
Yep.
damn. Well, shit. We got 15 minutes until kickoff. Shout out to Usher real quick before we close out.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for this Usher, man. I'm
too.
really, you know what I'm saying? Because I know so many Usher songs. I know I'm gonna be able to go through his performance and be up there and get the you know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna be able to really enjoy this because I know his music. So
Yeah.
you know, sometimes when certain guys or certain people perform at halftime, but I don't know enough of their music, and I don't.
Song he coming out to.
Yeah, I ain't had too many of that. You know what I'm saying? His album's ass, by the way. Shout out to Usher for he's about to have a #1 album on the Billboard, putting out pure ass because you're about to perform at the Super Bowl and you knew you could get away with it. Shout out to Usher for that. But yeah, man, I can't wait for the.
What song you think he coming out to?
Man, you got to come out to right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you want me to keep it a buck? I see it right now, and I want to say it. I want to say it because it's on camera, and I want to say it so I have two. I need Rob to put his headphones on before I say this. He got to hear me. He got to hear me. I know his kids are ready to mingle and jingle, but I'm gonna tell you, this is how it comes out. We know Usher about to perform. They put the fire, the sparks out, and Usher come out and he do his little moonwalking in a circle. I'm like, yeah. Mark it down that you heard it.
Said that could be it. I had a different one.
Like if he do, this needs to be clipped. Like if he
That's the part.
This, I'm gonna clip this. Where we at? We somewhere in the 51 minute mark. I'm gonna clip this because I'm gonna need proof called how this Super Bowl comes out.
It could be that one. I have another one. Mine was I can't even think of the name of the song. I can't think of the name of the song, but you know what's that song? It's like they stop like, I just want to get your attention. They're like, I just want to get your attention, and he like come up at the same time. What song is that? Oh, that's Daddy's Home. That's Daddy's Home. But that's a fire song. That's a fire first line to come out to. I just want to get your attention, bro. What? It's like damn, the sparks that you talking about. I just want to.
If they do that, it'll literally be just that one line. And then they're gonna go straight into it.
It's gonna be one more line, then they're gonna go to a different song. He's not gonna play long, but that's a fire song to come out to.
Sparks come out, and all you hear is and he started doing it in his little 360 circle, sliding across to the center.
No. This is how it's gonna go. They're gonna do the sparks, all the flames, and it's gonna be quiet, and all you hear is "Peace up, A-Town down," and then that's it.
Okay. And then you come up, boom, and then boom. Yeah, that could be one thing.
All I'm gonna say is I predicted this. I'm telling you. And if anybody watching and people watching, and we gonna put this in the chat. Like I'm gonna talk about this. I predicted the Super Bowl halftime, how they come out, how Usher's coming out. So if I'm right, I want my flowers. I need my flowers. Like Will is at the poker table.
I got a dark horse pick. I think that might be how you come out. It's too far.
What's your dark horse?
What?
What's your dark horse on how he comes out? My dark horse song that he comes out to is
I'm saying what I said is the dark horse. Like it probably won't because it's like it's a hard song to play, but it's like it's hard to come out to. Like just that line.
Dark horse that he comes out to is.
I think we got the same one. Yeah.
My boo. Because there's rumors that Alicia Keys is supposed to be performing with him.
Everybody's supposed to be.
So like, why not come out there and you know what I'm saying? Like
the only problem I have with that is it's such a. Like, how you gonna start it off on a slow?
Yeah, because he got to mix it in some way somehow. I feel like that's a middle of the road song.
You know, this is one of those type of performances. I know we ended up having this conversation before we close out, but this is a fun conversation. This is one of those performances, though. It's Usher, bro. You let whatever direction he takes it. It ain't about the Super Bowl. This is just we get a concert while watching the Super Bowl. This is a concert to me. Like certain artists, when Beyonce and Bruno did their thing, like if Mike Jack get up there, Usher get up there, if Chris Brown were to get up there, like some of those guys is like, man, we just get a concert at the Super Bowl. I'm not
when Dre had everybody come out.
Don't match the NFL vibe. Y'all are artists like we just get to get a free concert of watching you perform, probably old jams, especially the ones that was around our lifetime. We get a free concert on the biggest stage that we know you're going to go all out for. All these people pay all this money all these years to watch you on tour and you get to perform in the Super Bowl, we get to see you at your highest for free.
Yeah.
Like we
And
get
he
to
did-
watch the Super Bowl and see your probably what should be your all-time performance as a concert. When you get, bro, Beyonce's concert, when she did that and she caught herself when she fell and you didn't even know she fell in the dance battle with Bruno. Like, bro, that was like, man, that was one of her all-time moments. You have to have an all-time moment in the Super Bowl while performing.
Yeah.
Bringing 50 Cent upside down, like Dr. Dre did.
Yep.
Old school 50 Cent, do-rag, tank top, jeans, like bringing him upside down. We didn't even know 50 Cent was performing. He wasn't part of the ad.
Yeah.
We didn't know he was coming out there. Like that was, you had an all-time moment. Like that was cool, bro. The way that performance, you did that. Had Snoop up there, Crip walking in the, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of threatened everything the NFL stand for. Being up there and being black, basically. Just being black, bro, basically. Like and really putting on for the culture. Like, so I think Usher's gonna have an all-time moment. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know if it'll be his come out or whatever, but he's gonna have one of those, like this concert gonna be like, hell yeah, man. Like, yeah.
Everybody been talking his residency. They said that was great. He
That's
just
what
dropped. He just announced that
in
he's
Vegas the past year. He about to go on tour. Like this is the introduction to Usher's back, and he about to give y'all his old school, and he can still sing and move. And I think he's gonna bring a couple people on stage. Like, I don't know, man. And I'm not like biggest.
I say about
like,
about 3 people.
Man, Usher a GOAT. Like Usher's a respectable Mount Rushmore of his category easily. So like, I expect him to show up.
Yeah.
If this Super Bowl halftime show sucks, I'll really be disappointed because I really expect Usher to show up and show out.
Yeah.
What a cult.
One more. What's the code of the Gatorade at the end of the game?
Purple. It's purple. It's purple.
I don't know. This it's
clip
orange.
Moments. I got 2 clip moments.
Orange.
Okay.
Called purple, and I didn't call how Usher come out. I got 2 clip moments. It's purple Gatorade.
I got orange.
I got
purple
orange too.
Drink.
It's orange.
It's purple drink on the coach when he wins.
Purple I don't remember last time I had no pepper flavor Gatorade. It's orange.
Purple drink on Andy Reid when he wins, man. I got 2 clippable moments. Mo called it. I just wanted to state that. But hey, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate everybody for listening. We hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl. If you're able to tune in while attending a Super Bowl party, we appreciate you. Obviously, we all kind of sitting around and recording, but it's about time to turn up because it is Super Bowl time. So we do appreciate everybody. Make sure you go check out everybody that put out the great work at Off the Ball Network. And we will catch y'all sometime later in the week, maybe the one final NFL closeout show.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.